For today's Hoboken home tour, we are back in downtown Hoboken on Madison Street. We are seeing a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, priced at $450,000. We're going to cover why this could be your next investment property or your perfect starter condo. I'm going to take you on a tour and kind of give you guys, just as though we are actually seeing the units together. Let's have a look. So before we go in, it's always important to kind of take a look at what's going on outside. You buy the neighborhood, not just the house. All right, so right there, oddly enough, is the firehouse that I started my career in. Special place in my heart there. And Madison Street is the first street that I lived on in Hoboken about 20 years ago. So we're hitting 2 for 2 on special places in my heart. Here's the exterior of the building here. You've got, for all of our dog people, you've got a dog groomer right downstairs. If you have a dog, super convenient. Take them right there to get groomed. Let's head inside. So the first thing I notice when I walk into every building, you don't really have the ability like in the suburbs when you're dealing with condos like this, walk-up condos. Here's your mail area, to have actual curb appeal, right? So the interior, when you first walk in, is your first shot of the first impression for buyers when buying condo buildings like this. Now this one, the floors and the carpet are in good shape, but the truth is, it could use a little bit of a paint job. Now you are only 2 flights up, and I know people are like, oh, I don't love the walk-ups, right? But the walk-ups are where the affordability comes, and they rent like crazy. Here's a unit that we're gonna see. Let's take a look. We walk in, very standard railroad style Hoboken apartment. We see a lot of these, especially at this price point. That $450 price point is typically gonna be exactly what we're gonna see today. So you walk in, you're greeted by the kitchen here. Now this is updated. This is in really good shape. We've got granite counters and this tile backsplash here. All right, that's real tile. That's not that like peel and stick stuff. We've got wooden cabinets. Now the nice part that I like about wooden cabinets, honestly, is if you don't love that color, I've got plenty of guys who can come in and they throw a coat of paint on that, and a coat of paint on these wooden cabinets goes a long way in terms of making them look brand new, brightening it up. Now these, while I say that, these are in excellent shape. I don't see any nicks or scratches in them. These are all in excellent shape. You've got gas. Now again, I don't know about you guys, I love cooking on gas. I prefer cooking on gas. If you're an electric person, please drop a comment below. Let me know if you are gas or electric when you cook. I do a fair amount of cooking. As a Hoboken firefighter, cooking is kind of one of those things that my wife goes, yep, you're in charge of dinner. So you've got 2 windows here off of the kitchen. Now, one of the big pushbacks that we see, and it's something that you kind of got to get used to, when living in shopping. By the way, guys, if we haven't met yet, my name's Tom Worley. I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate the Hudson County real estate market for well over a decade. If you have any questions about what that looks like, about a place like this or anything in the area, you can text the number on the screen, or you can hit the description in this video. You can download the Hoboken guide, my buyer's guide, or schedule a strategy session to talk about what buying or selling in this area looks like for you. Let's get you guys back to the tour. Shopping in Hoboken is the way that the water lines and sewer lines are stacked. In these railroads, you typically have the bathroom right off of the kitchen. And I know that's not ideal, but it is pretty standard here. What's happening, guys? Now this bathroom's updated. We've got nice tile floors. It's in really good shape. You've got this, you don't have necessarily a linen closet, but you've got this linen cabinet, and I like that they matched this with the kitchen here as well. Stand-up shower, right? And the target audience on this, right? The target buyer in a place like this in 1 bedrooms is typically first-time buyer, single person, maybe a couple. So they don't necessarily need the tub yet. And a conversation I have with a lot of resale people and things like that is, they'll buy a place and go, well, I don't need a tub, I want to tear it out. My thing is, if we're looking at 2 bedrooms, I like this pocket door, right? Opening a door into the kitchen is always awkward, but I like that. Anyway, so tearing out a tub, if you're looking at 2-bedroom units, never a good idea. 1-bedroom units, having a stand-up shower, perfectly fine. That pocket door saves a ton of space as well. So these ductless air conditioners are great for places like this too, because you kind of have that multi-zone heating and cooling. You can have just this one on, and each one of them has a separate controller, and they are far more efficient than, say, the window ACs. So in this kitchen, you've got one air conditioner, you've got another one there off your living room, and you've got one more in the bedroom, which we'll see in just a second. Now let's take a look at this window here. You've got your fire escape here. I'm gonna level with you, you do not have outdoor space with this unit. That's probably for unit 1, but you've got directly behind this brick building here, another block up, you've got the Southwest Resiliency Park, which is beautiful, and you are only a, I don't know, 5 to 7 minute walk to Pier A. So plenty of places for outdoor space that don't necessarily have to be attached to your building. And again, at this price point, $450, you're not going to get the outdoor space at $450, but you are going to get plenty of square footage. You've got only, this says 551. It's going to feel bigger than the 551, honestly. These hardwood floors are awesome. They are wide plank oak, and you can, these are old school real oak floors in great, great shape. Now, off the bedroom here, we've got these French doors. Now, people kind of think to themselves, well, why French doors here? Let's go through that real quick. When you're dealing with railroad apartments like this, you've got windows in the front of the building, and you've got windows in the back of the building. You don't necessarily have a ton of, a ton of light in your living room space, which is right here, right? I'm sitting what would be the couch, and you've got your television there. So what people will do is put French doors on it so that you can still pull, you can open these all the way up, and you can still pull plenty of natural light into all of your living space here. So French doors are a great solution for railroad style apartments. Now in here, again, you've got your ductless heating and cooling unit there, so you have that control inside of your bedroom as well. You can shut those down at night to save energy costs and just have this one running. This room is big enough for a king size bed and a dresser, so keep that in mind as well. This is a nicely sized bedroom. This is going to be the front of the building here. So down there is Madison Street, and now Madison Street is a bit of a cut through. You've got ShopRite about 8 blocks that way north, so you will get some truck traffic in the mornings, but nothing that's going to necessarily alarm you and keep you up at all hours. Being back here as well, you are away from the bar scene. You are downtown, but there are no bars or hangout places back on this particular section. So you're not going to deal with the chaos of having your bedroom and dealing with street noise at all hours of the night as people spill out of bars from local areas. You got 2 closets in here, which is nice as well. I really love overall kind of the layout here, and I love this price point at $450. Now, this ideally is probably, again, first time home buyer. You've got your hot water heater here. So nice having that in unit. You don't got to deal with shared hot water for the building or things like that. Now, in a place like this is going to be for that first time home buyer, all right, young person, things like that, starting off their real estate journey. The nice part is if you hold on to this, your rental number on this is probably anywhere from $2,600 to say $2,800. Now you don't have laundry in the unit, so you do have a shared laundry, which we will go look at in a second. But your rental number is going to rent quickly because of the convenience downtown, out to the PATH station, and plenty of bus routes 2 blocks up that way. You've got bus routes to the right on Observer Highway. So you've got plenty of modes of transportation, and you get the free hot bus in Hoboken as well. So rental numbers on these places like this rent like crazy, guys. So this is the perfect place to start your portfolio, live in it for a couple of years, then look to rent it out. Now, before buying it, what we would have to do is take a look at the rent control numbers on something like this. Hoboken has very convoluted rent control rules, so they favor heavily the tenant. So we want to confirm that what the legal rent is on this, and there are ways to decontrol it. If you have questions about that, text the number on the screen if you have questions about Hoboken's rent control, and we can kind of walk through what that means for you in terms of buying an investment unit and things things like that. There are ways around it, not necessarily around it, but to get your rent control numbers up early, but it does include having to live in the units. So let's go take a look at the other common spaces down in the basement and the washer and dryer room, which is shared. So a bit of a downfall for this unit, and I'm curious to know if this is kind of a deal breaker for you guys. Laundry you do have in the building, but as you can see, you have to come out of the building and come downstairs. We're gonna see what this is. And I'm curious to drop a comment if this is something that frankly would just be a hard no-go for you in terms of laundry in the building. Where's the light switch? Here we go. And are we in the poltergeist? Not sure what's going on there. But so I don't give anybody a seizure, let's just shut that off. So here's your washer and dryer unit. One setup for the building. It's in good shape. It does, frankly, smells a little damp down here. All right, but there is a sub pump, and we are in a section of Hoboken where, you know, you could potentially have some water issues down here, but the good news is there's nothing down here that should really be affected, right? There's some storage stuff here. I'm not sure whose that is, but washer and dryer unit in the building, which is key. Having to go outside the unit or having to go to a basement to do your laundry, is that a deal breaker? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious to know. So as I make my way back to my car now, let's talk a little bit about the area. We are in downtown Hoboken, New Jersey. There is no parking with this unit, but again, at that price point at $450, we're okay with that price and not having parking. You're not going to get parking at that price for a unit that size. So you would largely be street parking or renting a parking spot in the nearby area. There are rental garages, a lot of areas around Hoboken that you can rent a spot for, I don't know, $250 a month. So if that's something that you absolutely need a car, we can figure that out for you as well. This downtown area, again, back here, we are on the western end of Hoboken, considered the western end. It is much quieter, so you're not dealing with the chaos of Irish Corner or the bar scene and things like that. And let me just kind of give you guys and show you guys here the rental restrictions here. So what you can see here is one of those parking signs. So that's for residents only. The other side of the street would have a white sign with green letters, and that's for guests and things like that. There's like a 4-hour limit on that. Or you can get guest passes online at the Hoboken Parking Authority as well. So there are parking options around. Parking back here, having lived back here for a while, parking back here is really not that bad. You can find parking pretty regularly. And frankly, you tend to learn the tips and tricks of where there's going to be spots open and things like that. You've got convenience stores back here, and Hoboken's nice because when they break it up into sections, when you're back here, it becomes your own little neighborhood. And you know the corner store guys that work at the counter because you see them all the time when you're going in there to get your alcohol or to grab a couple quick grab groceries, things like that. And then again, in terms of commutes into the city, you're only a few minute walk up to the PATH train and the ferry station, and you've got plenty of bus choices. The hot bus, frankly, is a really underutilized option for getting around Hoboken. And we are also only about 2 blocks from the 2nd Street light rail station. So you have your options there as well. The hot bus actually comes with an app as well. You can track where it is in the city, where the line is that you need, and just run out to the corner and grab it when it's getting close to you. So guys, again, my name's Tom Worley. I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate this market for well over a decade. I live here in Hoboken. I'm raising my family here in Hoboken. Nobody knows this area better than I do. So if you are interested in making Hoboken your home, make sure to reach out to the number on your screen. Hit that subscribe button for more home tours like this, as well as a bunch of educational content and insights to the market in Hudson County in general. And I will catch you guys in the next one.